Vegan food and veganism are getting increasingly popular around the world. In this episode of the Zista Podcast, we're going to focus on vegan startups. Welcome to the Zista Podcast, where we invite industry leaders and academicians to answer questions that students have within a particular area. Today, we're being joined by Mukeeta Manukulasuriya. She is the co-founder of Jungle Kitchen, one of the most exciting vegan startups in the scene today. Let's go straight into this session. Welcome to the podcast, Mukeeta. We're delighted to have you here today.
Hi, it's a pleasure to be here as well. Thank you so much for having me.
The pleasure is ours, really. So really love what you're doing with Jungle Kitchen. And I thought a good point to start with is to ask you about your inspiration. So what really inspired you to start Jungle Kitchen?
Okay, so to explain about what inspired me, I actually have to kind of take you back a little bit to my grandmother's time, because back in 1984, she was a busy mom as well as a teacher. So she found herself to be quite busy. So back in the day, she kind of pioneered creating Sri Lankan products that were convenient. And so she basically started a little factory that's on the outskirts of Colombo in Sri Lanka.
Okay.
And after that, my mom took over, and then simultaneously I took over as third generation. So we are fully female founded, and all of our factory employees are all female. And then I had the pleasure of being introduced to my partner, Sureka. And the thing was, both of us basically, we both hail from the tropical world, and we are huge foodies. And we basically just clicked instantly. And we realized that there was this gap in the market per se. And the thing is, what we do is we tin the tropics. We take all of these beautiful things that Mother Nature has given us, and we tin it to give it to you. So it's we just kind of want to share with the world the high quality, sustainably sourced tropical ingredients in the more accessible format.
Sure.
And we also kind of want to just celebrate heritage recipes that come with it and the indigenous ingredients, and showcase the complexity of flavors from our corner of the world, and basically just show how great we can, just show how amazing our ingredients are, and show the community as well that we have around here. And kind of that was just our inspiration to just showcase where we come from, basically.
Amazing. And by tinning your products, it's a really good move, because you can actually take that same product and let that travel a lot longer and a lot further. So in the current context, in terms of your distribution, where are products from Jungle Kitchen reaching today?
So currently we only do Singapore. Singapore is our main market. And since we've just launched last April, we've just been kind of trying to tie down the Singapore market as much as we can. And the goal is, Q2 kind of get to the West, and just get to America, show Europe as well, etc. So, but for now, our products are mainly available in Singapore, and we hope to be in cold storage as well in next month. So we'll be available at TS Fresh in Singapore.
Okay, that's nice to hear. And it's a really good test market, because you have people from so many different backgrounds and cultures living and working in Singapore. It's an amazing way for you to test your products, perhaps even refine them. So it's a really good start. And I was a little disappointed to hear that India is not on your immediate horizon, because truth be told, I was really looking forward to trying products from the Jungle Kitchen here in Mumbai.
I mean, we can definitely send you some samples. The thing is, I think for India, because you would be more part of the people that we want to embrace into our Jungle Kitchen family. So we plan to come to India to do more sourcing and find out more indigenous ingredients in India, and meet more aunties, get more recipes, and kind of showcase the Indian heritage as well, because we're all these South Asians, and we just all want to kind of show how amazing our tropical world really is, and just show the West, So we would embrace you into our I guess, community as well, and then take it from there. But happy to send you some samples as well.
Okay. Thank you so much for that. Um, I wanted to ask you about, what do you see as some of the main drivers and benefits of vegan startups? What are the benefits that vegan startups offer to, let's say, consumers and then businesses?
I guess the main benefits would stem from actually the communities themselves. So like I said, our main goal is to kind of increase accessibility of these high quality, nutritious and like sustainable ingredients in a sustainable way. So for example, like our factory has been working with small farm holders for generations. And now, as we expand, we want to expand with them. And we want them also to kind of understand how to increase their supply chain as well and onboard new farmers that align with our values. Because like I said, like we are just focused on sourcing and sharing delicious indigenous ingredients. And the plus side is that they just happen to be vegan. So considering that our traditional diet in this part of the world tend to be organically vegan, we just personally want to, I guess, empower more people to, weave themselves into more vegan friendly options and like include them into their diet. So that kind of is what drives our brand. And in terms of like for other vegan startups or consumers and businesses, again, it's just to kind of show them how easy it is to actually add a bit more color and vegetables basically into your daily diet. And it's super healthy, no processing, like none of the nasties, no preservative colors, etc. It's straight from the jungle to your home.
Sure. I think if you look at the culinary world, it's been a couple of years since that concept of farm to table has, come around. And hearing your story, it's quite clear that for generations, you all have been following a farm to table concept, much before that concept actually became popular. And, talking about vegan food, there are so many documentaries and infotainment, episodes which really highlight the benefits of a plant-based diet. So it's really nice to see people adopting a plant-based diet, to see the vegan food culture grow in different parts of the world. And in some parts of Europe, it's accelerating at a really rapid pace. So it's really interesting to actually see vegan-only restaurants and vegan startups continue to do well, and to see more such businesses come up. So it's really interesting, I would say.
I mean, yes, exactly. So being in the space for now, like again, doing our due diligence and learning more about all the other brands that are out there, it's incredible how much this market has really picked up and how many people, again, like a lot of people aren't going fully into just only having a vegan diet. A lot of people are just incorporating it into their daily meals. And that is what we want to kind of come and help with in terms of also being a product that is very convenient.
Okay. So it's not just catering to a consumer that is vegan only. It could be, a regular consumer who wants to get healthier and therefore incorporate more vegan ingredients and produce in their diet.
Exactly.
Right. Okay.
Not forgetting that they're just delicious ingredients that people probably don't know about. And that's what we want to show people, that these things exist. You can kind of go outside of what you are used to.
Okay. May I ask you a question in terms of your product development journey? You also said that it's not just about the local produce, it's also about the flavors from this side of the world. So can you tell us a little bit about that process? How did you start that process of deciding, I want this particular produce to have this flavor, or perhaps not to have that flavor?
Yeah. So it was a lot of, trial and error. It was a lot of, again, like I said, I come from a family of foodies. Sureka as well she's a foodie herself. So when we originally started talking, because she's Singaporean, I'm Sri Lankan, but, we've both traveled a lot and we've both eaten so many different cuisines. And there are obviously parts of all the different cuisines that we love. So we wanted to take that into account and kind of create flavors that resonate with people. So obviously it depends on the market. So for example, when we look at the Singaporean market, we know that they love like tangy, spicy, etc. So in the process of actually like the R&D process, we did a lot of random tastings with our friends, with strangers, with other chefs, with just random people, just to kind of make sure that the flavor profiles were intact. And it was also, getting a lot of recipes from, like I said, like aunties and stuff around to just kind of make sure that every flavor is perfect to what you consider, or those particular people would consider like home,
Right.
because we wanted to create, again, like things that were yummy, but were also like resonated with people in their lives. So that's how the flavor profiles kind of came to be. So, we did a lot of like, we started with a few, but then we reduced some and then added others depending on how people reacted to them. So it was really interesting actually, because, sometimes it's hard to always, be a critique to yourself, right? Always. So I think it was interesting because sometimes we'd be like, no, this flavor is not right. But like Sarek as well would be like, no, this is great. This is exactly how I remember this flavor to be. So then you're like, okay, yes, I think we've just been trying it too much. So you have to kind of make sure that you get so many outside opinions. And obviously, I mean, I wouldn't say take every opinion into,
Sure.
but you have definitely do due diligence and just, explore everyone.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. As a brand, it's really important to, have your own unique voice, and the brand imagery that you create, the packaging that you have plays a large role in that. So when I was going through your website, when I was looking at your products, I was also really impressed with the attention to detail you'll have paid to the imagery and the packaging. So could you, maybe tell us a little bit about that journey? Did you all go through some iterations? Did you all always have this clear idea that, okay, it's going to be jungle kitchen and this is the kind of image, these are the kind of images we're going to use?
Yes. So there was this particular, we kind of stemmed from like natural history drawing. And that was the part that we wanted to take. But in terms of iterations, it did take us a while to get there. It found us a while to actually find designers that could, replicate what we have in our heads. And
Right.
it's not as easy as, because half of the things that we use, some of it is not in any natural history, botanical book or anything that you would find online. So it was a lot of trial and error. And we've had like so many versions of our label. But yeah, we finally found something and it looked great to us. And we really felt that, this is exactly what jungle kitchen is. It's really showing you our ingredients. It's really showing you like, again, like, because the tropical world is such a, historical thing. So we wanted to be that as well, be part of that history and heritage as well. So that's why we wanted to incorporate it into our branding. And the monkey is, like our Limburda monkey, our macaque monkey. And that's again and it's a tropical monkey. And he's holding like a little can and a spoon. So, I love monkeys as well. So from the tropical.
Really great job, I must say. It just looks really cool, very modern, and forward looking. So it's really nice and yet very earthy. So it's a fantastic mix that you've managed to create. Looking at your product portfolio, do you have some products that are clear winners in terms of consumer uptake and sales?
So I would say there are three products that the favorites of most people. So one is
Okay.
our jackseed masala. So we've created like, again, jackseed is not something that people tend to cook with too often, but we do. And even in certain, you have different versions of, someone's mom will make it differently than somebody else. So we kind of took that and we incorporated like an Indian style to it. So we made it like a masala. So that's like winner chicken dinner. That one is. um, but the other one is the pineapple. So we have like a spiked pineapple chunk thing, and so both of them are very versatile products as well, because you can kind of you can use them for anything. Like For example, the pineapple, it's like these spiced pineapple chunks, and you can put them on your cheese board. You can add them to your poke bowl. You can do anything you want. You can just have it with your rice and curry. You can have it with a burger, and even the masala, it's like you can even have it on its own. Again, you can just have it on a cracker. You can just have it, serve it on the side of something. So those are our two favorites of everyone.
All right. Okay. And, it's a really good thing that you're taking your products and making them available to Singapore. The thought does come to your mind that when you've invested so much time and effort to get things right, really do a good job in sourcing good produce, getting some good flavor profiles. Have you considered, or is it in your business plan to also offer these products for online sales? So if there's a customer in India or for example, in Finland, if they want to order a product from Jungle Kitchen, they can go to your website, place an order and get it shipped directly to their home. So is that on the cards at any time?
Yes, 100%. We definitely want to be a global thing. And in fact, one of our next goals, at least for that side of the world, is to with Amazon. So then you kind of create a hub and anyone, anywhere can kind of order online. But other than that, yes, we do plan to get with partner with many more, I guess, logistics partners and ship directly or etc. So, but the problem is right now, I guess we just haven't found someone to tell us directly, what that shipping cost would be.
Sure.
So that's why for us, Amazon is probably the easiest, and everything is kind of consolidated, and we can kind of move with that. But definitely, it is in the cards. We do want to, again, just be able to share products and our flavors with the rest of the world. So, of course, that is definitely on the card.
Awesome. The reason I was asking is that, when you look at products that are available in supermarkets today, in terms of vegan choices, it's a fairly limited portfolio. And the good news is that has been growing a lot. So people who are absolutely vegan would probably differ with my viewpoint. And they'd say, hey, you haven't checked out this place, or there's an online only website, which is all about vegan products. So that is also coming up in India, for example. But in terms of the flavor profiles, the kind of flavors that y'all are working with would be really unique. And for a vegan consumer in any part of the world, I think they would appreciate these unique flavors.
Yeah, 100%. And, in terms of even understanding the vegan food industry, there are a lot of lab-grown things as well. And, a lot of things that people are always looking into, mock chicken or mock fish or etc. So, for us, I guess in that way, innovation was something that kind of meant a lot. There has been this shift and focus away from eating something that is super processed, and going more towards something that is all natural. And that's kind of where we come in, and that's where our focus has been. So on discovering all natural vegan options, which is to say, again, your fruits and vegetables, right? So, understanding the breadth and the depth of fruits and seeds and vegetables, and understanding how that information is available to us from across so many different cultures and continents. So that's an opportunity for us to kind of, I guess, disrupt the traditional food industry in so many interesting ways. So that's kind of the path that we go towards. Because, yeah, again, when you look at what is actually available mass market wise, it is these highly processed options. So, you tend to go vegan, but then are you actually being healthy about it is something to think about.
It's a very, very valid point. And it's so coincidental that, I've been having conversations at home about, whether we should turn vegan or not. And, there are obviously lots of articles, a lot of documentaries, which basically talk about the benefits of plant-based food and plant-based diets. But there are also these pieces of information that you come about saying that it may not be as healthy as you think. So then I guess for me personally, I'm sitting on the fence. So I like that other option that you mentioned, that I could perhaps continue with my existing diet and incorporate more vegan elements. And just doing that alone can help me walk towards a more healthier lifestyle,
Yeah,
So
100%, 100%. And like, I think it's just, again, just trying to stay true to what you guys just eat on a daily basis and what we eat on a daily basis. Because we don't just want it to be nutritious, we want it to be yummy. You want to have a good meal that's fulfilling in every way. So because there's always this, I guess, some misconception that vegan food is bland, and just yuck. Like I would never. So non-vegans tend to just write it off completely. But I have to say, like, we are not vegan ourselves, and we are not technically trying to make like vegan products per se. We are just trying to make delicious, easily accessible things in zero plastic packaging, sustainably, and it happens to be vegan. Again, because our cooking we use coconut milk, we use all of like the whole plant to seed, you use, seed to skin, use every part of everything that you use. So we just kind of want to push that narrative more and just show you, again, it's good food. That's it, full stop. It's yummy. It happens to be vegan, but it's good food and it's nutritious and you'll enjoy it.
I think that was really well said. Something that's yummy, nutritious, and vegan. What more do you want? So that's amazing. That's amazing. Mukeeta, I want to ask you also about, there are people out there who might be thinking, should I do this alone? Should I look for a co-founder or a core business partner? So what's your advice? Do you think it's absolutely essential to have a co-founder, or it's okay? I mean, it all depends on your personality type. And if you say that you should, go for a co-founder, what should one look for?
Great question. I'm not entirely sure how to explain how I feel. Because the thing was, I already had this business kind of trudging along in terms of, we have our little manufacturing facility here and we do essentially vegan Sri Lankan products. However, when I met Sureka, it was just this very interesting blending of the mind. And, my mom also, because she's an amazing cook, so she can kind of do anything. So it was, in terms of finding a co-founder, it just really worked for me because I think we complement each other really well and we each have our strengths. So bringing that to the table together is kind of what is, helping us on this journey. And again, like I said, my mom, she's amazing. She's an amazing cook. So she can make anything that you think of. So it was so interesting during the R&D phase when, Sureka was, hey, can we do this? And I was like, okay, yeah, let me try make this for you. What do you think? Yum, delicious. Let's, scale it. Let's make it. Let's do this. So it was awesome. It was actually really good for me and my mom to like meet Sureka and her husband. And we just kind of went on this journey together. But yes, more to your question, do you need one? For me personally, yes. I think that it helps to have someone with a different viewpoint. So then you guys can kind of just collaborate on everything that you'll do together. And it's easy, like she can tell me if I'm not doing something right. I can tell her if she's not doing something right. And it's just like it's easy to be accountable together as opposed to just, stressing on your own, like we stress together, we like are happy together. So it's just good to have someone to share, your like the good things and the bad things with. So that would be my opinion on having a partner to help you with any project, I guess.
Thank you. I think there's some good inputs. To summarize, you were talking about having someone with complementary skills, having someone to share that journey with, and also having, someone to kind of bounce some ideas or opinions off, so the classic thing of two heads being better than one, the element of collaboration results in more success. So that again is really good. So thank you for those points, Mukeeta. Really good.
All right. I mean, I have to say, yeah, it's great because even like, if I tell her an idea, she'll be like, no, that's dumb. Don't do that. So it's fun more than anything. You can always enjoy it. There's like a bit of banter here and there. There's like always like good stuff happening as well. We have definitely like different experiences in life and upbringing and everything. But it's just when we come together, it's real great. So yeah.
It's been amazing talking to you, Mukeeta. I want to thank you for making time and coming on our podcast. We've really enjoyed this discussion with you and learning more about Jungle Kitchen. So I'd like to say thank you.
You are most welcome. It's been an absolute honor being here and being part of the show. So thank you so much for having me. I truly appreciate it.
Interacting with Mukeeta made me realize that if you need to succeed as a startup, you need to focus on different elements of the business, pay attention to minute details, and always focus on creating an exceptional product. I hope you enjoyed this session. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube to get notifications for new content that goes live. Follow us on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Our handle is the Zista Podcast. Till we meet again, we'd say, stay curious.